So yeah, fun place to sit. Well, just on the rocks and watching this. And there's a sunset. So, a few things that comes to mind about this trip so far from me. It's the 11th day, and the key difference, I guess, in terms of what I decide to do is, well, like for example today, nothing was planned. Okay, I woke up this morning and said, should I go to Park Malau? And I went. And from there I met Hafiz. Then I went back to Bonton, and Joy took me on an overview of the property and what they do. And it's just crazy. So the plans that Narelle has and Joy about driving creativity and art and turning Langkawi into more than just a booze and cheap cigarettes destination. It's a beautiful one. And there's a lot of artists in Malaysia that I think, from singers to painters to designers who do a lot of good work, but it's just not seen as much maybe, and there's no place for them to feel like they're appreciated or that talents are recognized. So, and I think and I believe that's what the idea behind what Narelle is trying to do with Bonton and for Langkawi, right? So Joy gave me a very good overview, and then I met Nia, the second resident artist, right? And such a lovely girl. And then I met Dorothy, who looks after Lassie, right? Volunteers at Lassie, the pet shelter. And man, she is a force. Like the amount of love she shows and commitment to the animals, right? And she's like someone who doesn't give a shit anymore. She'll say what she wants to say, because this is all about doing what's necessary, because these animals at least deserve the minimum. I quote from her conversation I had with her. It's like the strays are not the problem. The humans dumping the strays are the problem. We got to start with the humans, and I totally agree, right? So all these problems, most of the problems that we're like going through and we're experiencing, okay, they all come from humans, right? They started off from humans, and I think individually, if we actually start thinking about things and like for example, I don't want to throw rubbish. Individually, I wouldn't do this and dirty up the ocean, or I wouldn't dump an animal, or I wouldn't do this and do that. And I think individually most of us are pretty okay with that. But then once we get collective, right? Collectively, all it takes is one person to say, or one person to lead the way and say, nah, it's okay to be an asshole, or it's okay to treat other people bad, or it's okay to dump animals, or it's okay to do this and do that. And this follower instinct kicks in, and we automatically just do what they do, right? So, and that's the situation. That's how humans are. So on the flip side, if that's how we are programmed, and then the opposite can happen. If one person or two person just do something good, like you go somewhere and you see a piece of rubbish, you pick it up, or you actually do something and you show you're kind to the strays, or you're just reaching out to other people who who can give you nothing, right, in return. It's not a transaction. It's just you're just helping because you can, and maybe that too can get others to follow, because it's wired in us that, hey, if someone does that, maybe we can do it too. And the fact is, deep inside of us, we actually would like to do that too, you know. So maybe that works, right? So yeah, I'm rambling. So the topics are changing. So coming back, so I didn't plan for this day, and then I had a really good like a session. Like I shot it all. I'm still thinking whether I should upload that video. And then I decided, okay, where shall I go now? And I decided to go to this bar called Hidden, and I did work there. I did some work and all this kind of stuff. And then I looked at my watch and say, yeah, well, it's 4 o'clock right now, you know, 4:30. What should I do? What should I do next? You know, and I'm due back in Bon Ton at 9 p.m. for dinner. But so what do I do in between, right? And it's just like, okay, Tanjung Rhu, you know, 40 minutes from here. Why not just drive up and drive back? And here I am, and I'm so glad I did, right? But look at the view. Look at that view. Whew! Damn! Okay. My ass is hurting right now because the rocks, they're not that comfortable, but the view is amazing, as you can see, man. Shit. I love this. Okay, so that's enough. I think if I go on, it's just going to be me saying the same thing. Wow, look at the view, look at the view. So I'm just gonna take photos instead, and I'll talk to you later. Okay? All right, bye bye.